Hello viewers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this particular problem statement, we are going to learn about the projection of pentagonal prism. Okay, of side is 100 mm and the height or axis length is given 200 mm. Okay, which is basically rested on the edge or side of basin HP. Further, the axis of the prism is inclined 45 degrees to HP. So we will try to sort out this particular problem statement. Okay, so first of all, I am going to draw the XY projection line. Right, this is the reference line, and after that I am going to draw the pentagon of 100 mm side. So I am going to select polygon here. From this polygon, the number of sides in the pentagon is 5. Right, then press enter, then press click below button on the keyboard, select edge. Okay, and now draw one pentagon of 100 mm side. Okay, so this is basically the pentagon of 100 mm side. So you can measure the dimension for your reference. So this is basically 100 mm. Okay, so convert it into cyan color. Now I need to mark the center point of this particular prism. So how I am going to do that? I am going to basically unclick on the snap. Okay, selecting the line basically, and from every corner basically I am going to draw one perpendicular on the next line, on the midpoint of the next line. Okay, so this is first line. Okay, then press escape. Similarly, from this particular point I am going to draw another perpendicular projection on the midpoint of this particular line, then press escape. From this particular point I am going to draw another perpendicular, okay, that is the midpoint. Okay, press escape. Similarly, from this particular point I am going to draw another perpendicular on this particular edge, right, and from this particular point, right, I am going to draw another perpendicular. Okay, so in this way I got particularly the center of this particular pentagonal prism. Okay, now I need to project these particular sides, okay, in the perpendicular direction. So I am clicking on snap and on ortho command. Okay, so now I am drawing, press escape, selecting the line, okay, and basically drawing one perpendicular projections. Okay, similarly from this particular center, okay, and click on snap. Okay, so from particular center, so zoom it. Okay, so from this particular center I am going to draw another perpendicular. Okay, similarly from this particular point another projector line, from this particular point this is another projector line. Okay, so this line will pass from this particular point. If you want to check, you can check that. Okay, so from this particular point if you draw, so this will again pass from the same line. Okay, now in the prism, this is basically the true shape of the solid or the base. Right, now what I am going to do is I am going to draw one rectangle of 200 mm height. So it is given in the problem statement. Okay, so for your reference it is given. Okay, so the height and axis of the prism is basically 200 mm. So from here basically I am going to draw one, I am clicking on snap, okay, one rectangle of 200 mm height. Okay, so this is basically one point, this is basically the second point. Okay, so now this is basically the third. Okay, so basically press escape. So this is I am going to delete it. Okay, so from this particular point I am going to draw 200 mm line. Press escape. So from this particular point I am going to join this particular line. Okay, this is basically another line which I can see, and this is basically the central axis. Okay, so that also I am going to draw from this particular point. So this is another, escape, control Z. Okay, so from this particular point I am going to draw another projector line. Press control Z. Okay, so from this particular point I click on snap. Okay, so I am going to draw another perpendicular. particular project, and this is basically the reference line. Okay, so I'm going to convert it into hidden color, okay, or hidden line. So I'm going to select hidden line 2, okay, okay, and now I'm going to convert this particular line into line. Okay, so this is basically the axis. Okay, now I'm going to convert, so here also I'm going to join the line. So this is basically I'm going to convert into thick color. .30 and click on LWP, right? In the similar fashion, here also I'm going to basically convert this particular line into 0.30. Okay, so now I'm giving the naming. So this is my projection line. I'm converting into cyan color. And further I'm going to give the dimension here. So go to dimension, select a line. So the height will be basically, so from here and from here, this is basically 200 mm. So convert this particular line into dimension to cyan color. Now I am going to give the namings. Okay, so how I am going to do that? Using the dtext command. Dtext, select any point on the screen. Here I am going to use 0.1 and rotation angle is 0. Okay, so this is particularly my point A1, because it's a pentagonal prism, so there are basically two bases, B2, or I will write something aside, B2, C3, D4, E5, and the center is basically my O/P. Okay, and this is basically my true shape of the base, right? Then here I'm going to write A dash, B dash, okay, or I'm going to write down aside, okay, A dash, B dash, okay. This particular point is my P dash, this particular point is my E dash, and C dash, E dash, C dash, and this particular point is my D R dash. Okay, so here basically one mistake I did. Okay, so basically I have rested this particular pentagon on the corner. Okay, so what we can do is I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, so first of all I will write here 1 dash, 2 dash, here this is basically the O dash, this particular point is my 3 dash, 5 dash, 3 dash, 5 dash, and this particular point is my 4 dash. Okay, so this particular, and this is basically the true shape of the solid. Okay, so what mistake I did is basically this is the corner rested, and in the problem statement what I did is basically, okay, it is rested on the edge I have written, so I can convert that particular thing into is rested on the corner of base in HP. Okay, so now this problem is correct. So if it is edge of the base in HP, then right hand side will be a line, okay, which is perpendicular to X and Y. Okay, now so once I did this particular thing, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to copy all these things, press escape. I'm going to copy this particular diagram by right clicking on this. I'm going to paste it. Okay, so for example I'm going to paste it here. Okay, now I need to rotate this particular figure, right, by you know how much, 45 degree, right, 45 degrees. So base inclination I need to do by 45 degrees. So here I'm going to rotate it. Okay, so by how much angle I need to rotate? Minus 45 degrees. So now you can check that. Okay, So now this particular thing is particularly rotated, okay. And now what I'm going to do is, okay, the same steps I need to repeat again and again. I'm going to draw the perpendicular projector. So just before that, for your understanding, I'm going to check whether my angle is correct or not. Okay, so you can check that. This is basically 45 degree, which is the requirement of the problem. Okay. Escape. Now I'm going to draw the perpendicular projectors from here. So ortho is already clicked. So from this particular point, I'm going to draw one of the projector. Similarly, from this particular point, I'm going to draw another projector. Press escape. From this particular point, I'm going to draw another projector. Press escape. From this particular point, I'm going to draw another projector. Press escape. Similarly, from this particular point, I am going to draw another projector. Similarly, from this particular point, I am going to draw another projector. Press escape. From point O dash also, I am going to draw the projectors. Press escape. From 3 dash 5 dash, I am going to draw another projector. Similarly, from 4 dash, I am going to draw another projector. Similarly, from the true shape of the base, I am going to draw the horizontal projectors. Press escape. I am going to draw another projector. Press escape. From here as well, I am going to draw horizontal projectors. Similarly, from point B2, I am going to draw these, and from this particular point, I am going to draw this. So immediately, I am converting all the projector lines into cyan color. Right, so now this is correct. Now I'm going to mark the points. Okay, so I'm selecting the point here. So this is A dash B dash line. So this is basically my A dash A1, this is my B1. Okay, this is P dash line, this is also P dash. So this is my center. Okay, this is my E dash C dash. Okay, so where is my E? This is my E, and this is my C. Okay, similarly this is my D dash line. So where is D? So this is my D dash. Okay, now in the similar fashion, this is my 1 dash 2 dash line. So this is my where is 1? So this is my 1. This is my basically 2. Similarly, this particular point is O, and this is axis, center axis. Similarly, from 3 dash 5 dash, so this is basically 5 dash, and this is basically 3 dash, and from 4 dash line, this is the 4 dash. So I have marked all the points. Now I am going to join these particular points. I'm clicking on ortho. Okay, so I am joining this outline of this particular figure. Okay, in the similar fashion, I'm going to join the inner boundaries as well. This is the pentagon. In the similar fashion, I'm going to join this particular selecting line from this particular point, this particular line, and this particular line. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert the outer line of this particular pentagonal prism into thick color. Okay, so that it should be visible to all of you. Okay, further I'm going to mark or join this particular line into also thick color, because this is visible. This particular line is invisible, that's why showing by hidden color, and the thickness will be 0.30. Apart from that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to join this particular line. Okay, similarly I'm going to join this particular line. Okay, press escape, and I'm going to convert this into thick color. Okay, now you can check. So this is basically converted into layers. Okay, so this is basically my pentagonal prism. Okay, and this is basically the axis. Okay, so if you want to join this, you can join, and if you are not joining, that is also okay. Press escape and convert into axis line 0.30 and hidden layer. Okay, So now I am giving the naming here. Okay, detect, selecting any point on the screen, point to 1, height, and rotation angle is 0. Okay, so now I am giving the naming. So this is my A1, this is my B1, this is my C1, this particular point is my D1, this particular point is my E1, and this is basically my P1. In the similar fashion, this is my 1 1, 2 1, 3 1, 4 1, and this is basically 5 5. And this particular center is basically O1. Okay, and this is nothing but the true shape top view of the prism. Okay, so basically one mistake is here. Okay, so you can check, this is basically converted into dashed lines, so here you can convert it into bilayer. Okay, so now this is perfect. Okay, and this is basically the solutions. Okay, here also it should be in the bilayer. Okay, so hidden line you need to take care of that. Okay, so now this is basically the solution of this particular problem statement.